What? Why are you groaning? Are you groaning?
Okay. I just can I have a cup of water? Quickly?
Yeah, you can get some water. Get some water. Is that enough light, Lee? I mean, Tyrone, is that enough light?
Yes.
Okay.
All righty. Set into our group page.
He's just getting water.
Okay. All righty, we're live. We're about to be live. As soon as he come back, we can start.
Okay.
Hello?
Yep, we're here. All righty. We're all set?
Yep, I'm good.
All right, let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I thought you all knew. I am your host, Tyrone Bridges. Let's get it. Check. Check 1, 2. Welcome. Good afternoon, everybody. This Sunday, February 6th, 2022. I am your host of I Thought You Knew. And we have Miss Ann Peoples once again. And also we do have her son on the call that's actually no name in private. Due to protection reasons. So we wanted to bring you guys part 2 and give the floor to mom and let's have the son actually walk through what happened.
So we're going back to the night of October 29th, 2020.
It was the 28th.
It was the 28th. Why don't you take it from here?
Okay. Do you want me to give full details on when it started? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say it's a school night, right? So I go to bed early at like 9 to 10. Want to get good night's sleep, be ready for the morning to get up at 7. Start school. I hear something coming, banging at the window at like 1 a.m., right? Go down to the window, check. I thought I saw something. Didn't see anything. But I think I was mistaken for something, but go back to bed. And 2 hours later, at this point, it's like 3 a.m., 3:30. I hear someone or something at my room. And then I didn't say anything at the time. And then I thought it was my brother he's 18. And I thought he was like just messing with me. So I didn't really do anything. I was like, oh, he's just trying to like joke or something. He's like playing a joke on me. But the thing that really got me was this guy And I've seen him in my neighborhood a couple times. He was talking to my younger sister, who was 5, and like that was in the summertime, and I thought that was weird because he was just talking to her like on the street. But I was like, that's pretty weird. But I knew it was serious as soon as he locked the door and he switched. He went, the light bulb, right? He switched it off, so there was no light, and I couldn't turn it off by the switch. So I realized it was serious at this point. What
did he do to the light bulb?
He like unscrewed it, and then he put it on my desk.
Okay.
And I knew it was serious at this point, but I was like, I just have to stay calm and just kind of think of my options out, because my bedroom's pretty narrow. It's probably like 10 feet by 8 feet or something like that. You have two beds in there, not a lot of space to move. But as I'm thinking this guy's like 5'8", maybe 140 pounds. I don't want to take him in a fight right now because it's 3 a.m. Not saying I'm going to beat him in a fight, but say I don't want to like get in a fight with him. I want to get him away from the house. There's like 8 other kids sleeping. They're all younger than me. And if I wake them up, like he's going to obviously go for them. So I start trying to like, trying to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I remember is they hate noise. So I started to yell, and I was just thinking what to yell. And I think like mom, 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 like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this point, he's like, shh, shh, shh. And he kind of touched my leg a little bit, like, to calm me down. But I moved my leg up. And then I think he thought I was going to kick him or something. And I yelled one more time. Then he kind of like, imagine this, he jumps, but like, it's like a dive. And it's like his hands are out. And he hits the wall because I jump away.
Mm-hmm.
And I move towards my dress. I move away from my bed towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
I run away. I run around the bed. The bed's on the floor, but I have to run around it. He gets up by that time, and I'm unlocking the door. And I can't see anything. I have to unlock the door blindly. Unlock it, open the door. Then he grabs me by my hood, and I didn't really know what to do. And I was just trying to run away from him. So I kind of just put my elbow out, and I think I hit him or something, like in the eye or something, because he lets go. And I run to my mom's door, open the door, and then I turn around at him, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get him out? But by that point, as soon as he saw my mom, he just laughed and ran. And that's basically like the whole thing. Besides, there's something else. He was knocking on the door, the window, for like 2 weeks straight. And here at the same time, like at 1 a.m. The whole time. And I knew it was someone, because animals don't have like this. It's very
methodical.
Like, no, like, because like raccoons have like a little tap, but like humans have like a little, like their tap is more direct, I think. Yeah. It's hard to describe. Yeah.
We got enough, bro. Young man, we are sorry that this happened. And we wanted to bring it live on the show because we want the public to know that you do know who this person is, and you do want this person convicted, from my understanding, and you do want to testify, even though you're out of the country. And it's more to the story, as far as getting him back. So, Mom, you can basically take it from there. and kind of like give everybody a summation as to where we're at with this situation. And if your son wants to let the public know that he wants to testify, and I don't want to speak for him, I'm sorry, but I was just relaying what I heard. So I want you, young man, to tell the public in the U.S., Michigan, Washtenaw County, what is your desire to do with this case?
I do want to testify.
You do want to testify?
Yes.
So right now, I'd like to ask you, please make appeal to these two people, the Washtenaw County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Ellie Savith, and also Michigan, the state of Michigan Attorney General, Dana Nessel. This young man just said he wants to testify. That means between Ellie Savith's office or the state of Michigan Attorney General's office, they need to get this young man a plane ticket, first thing smoking, to get him back here and testify against this monster. And what's the name of this monster that we're talking about?
James Scarletta, is that his name?
That's right.
Yeah.
James Christopher Scarletta.
And he's an attorney. And we revealed this picture, but I will refuse to re-reveal his picture on the show. So I'm asking you guys in Facebook land, YouTube, Twitter, I'm asking you, y'all heard this young man's story. I wanted part 3 to be short as possible because we needed to hear from this young man who was attacked in his own bedroom, 3 a.m. in the morning, by this monster. And he's not held on charges. You guys definitely want to find out more about the story. Please revisit part 1, the Ypsilanti Predator, the Predator in Ypsilanti part 1, and the Predator in Ypsilanti part 2. And I want you to definitely review the story. Please, because the public needs to know. And young man, how are you doing right now? I'd like to know that right now. How are you doing?
In a general sense, or in a like right now?
Just right now. Share to the public how you feeling right now, man, because they had no idea.
I'm quite frustrated. I feel like I should be able to testify, and I don't understand why I wouldn't be able to. And to be honest, I'm quite disappointed in the system that it doesn't allow me to testify.
Miss Ann, I'm lost for words.
Yeah. It's a true injustice.
Speechless is beyond, I'm beyond speechless. And this is Washtenaw County. Up under the prosecuting attorney's office. Ellie Savith. Ellie Savith. And I'm talking to the voters. I'm talking to the county commissioners, the Washtenaw County commissioners. This young man is your constituent. Ellie Savith, prosecuting attorney. This man is your constituent. Dana Nessel, Attorney General, you will get this video. On God, This young man and this family are your constituents. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, this family and this young man is your constituent. Commissioner Ricky Jefferson, this young man and this woman is your constituent. State Representative Ronnie Peterson, this young man and this woman is your constituent. Senator Jeff Irwin, this young man and this woman is your constituent. All of you politicians that I have called your name, and for those who I haven't called, Washtenaw County pastors, Ypsilanti pastors, Washtenaw County imams, leaders of groups, civil rights groups, Jeffrey Feiger's office, Attorney Ben Crump, Roland Martin. Y'all check out this story in Washtenaw County? And y'all think everything should be okay or everything should be peaceful? This is a grave injustice. Mind you, this man is not my color. This predator is not my color. He's not one of me. And he has money.
Mm-hmm.
And he can pay his way out of what's going on. Or let's make it bluntly. Maybe somebody in the legal system is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be blunt. Because if he was a black man that came to your window, young man, God, forgive me for saying it.
He would be in jail.
He would be under jail about right now.
He would. And this is the fifth
There wouldn't be
conviction.
There wouldn't be a trial.
Right. They would not have dismissed the assault charges. You captured it really well, Tyrone. You said this is a grave injustice.
Grave.
Yeah. And I call out to all of the politicians who have power and authority in this situation. If you want peace, work for justice.
Let me definitely put another plug or mention into these news crews down here in Detroit. Fox 2 News, Channel 4, Channel 7. Channel 4 did a coverage on it when it first came out. But everybody dead silence.
They backed off. They claimed that, what they were told by Savitt is that he didn't have a witness because the witness was out of the country.
And let's be blunt. Why is your son out of the country? Let's be blunt.
Judge Patrick Conlin reviewed the friend of the court evaluation. There was a statement that in part because of this break-in, was evidence that I was not providing safe housing for my son. And my son, against his expressed opinion, was sent back to live overseas with his father. So it's injustice upon injustice. Not only was James Scarletta not charged with assault, but his assault was used to send my son to another country against his expressed wishes.
So it sounds like to me, and I'm just going to put bluntly because this judge and I have history too. This judge must have a connection with this lawyer because for that judge not to order your son back to the United States to testify against this attorney.
There was no subpoena. No subpoena was issued for testifying. All they had to do was issue the subpoena. They didn't even issue it. Moreover, the claim that they can't go to trial because they don't have a witness is preposterous.
Of course, because they witness. They sending the witness out of the country.
And I am a witness. Scarletta isn't charged with assault. He's charged with home invasion in the first degree. I was the lessor, the person whose name held the lease. It was my home. I am here. I am happy to go to trial. I would much prefer that my son was able to speak with his voice. He's being denied his civil rights. Somebody assaults a child in their own bed, and he's being denied his voice. He's being deprived of his voice.
And basically, the attorney, James Scarletta, the predator, is getting helped by the judge because the judge sent your son away via court order. And like I always say, y'all, when I do a show, I like to get my receipts, and I got receipts.
Mm-hmm.
I got receipts, and that means transcripts. Transcripts on what the judge have said in the case that only if the public knew. But this judge has a history of intervening in custody cases and siding against certain peoples and siding for certain peoples. So basically, we got to look into this. And while I'm taking a quick pause, I want to mention Mr. Lee Tucson have joined us, and we want to welcome him to the show on part 3. Sir, I don't know if you heard the young man speak, and he stated that he wants to testify, and he's a little upset because he's not here to testify.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Tucson, I would like to turn it over to you, and please address this situation.
Hey, good morning, Bro Bridges.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my sister Ann Peoples. I didn't get a chance to hear the kid, the young man rather, testify, but he's a young man. You know, we talk about civil rights,
Mm-hmm.
and we fight for civil rights. You know what I always say, gold is a little precious than silver. And I tell young kids, young men and women all the time, you guys don't only have silver rights, but you have golden rights, which supersedes civil rights. Because you know what? You know who holds the golden rights? The man that made us all. He holds the golden rights. So golden rights will always supersede civil rights because golden rights puts civil rights in their place. You hear?
Yes, sir.
I just want to come in and say a few words of encouragement because the young man needs encouragement. His mom needs encouragement. She is a brave, eager woman, a brave, eager mama. And these are the kind of mothers that needed in the world today to stand up for the right thing and don't be slave bound by things that the majority think is right, and they want to put you under slavery to keep you from saying anything or making anything happening for you. And that's what's happening with my sister Ann people. They want to slave bound her. That she be quiet, don't say nothing, everything will be all right. But I want everybody and anybody to remember one thing. Jesus is the light of the world. Not just on Sunday, but every day. A city or a light that sits on a hill cannot be hid. Let your good light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who's in heaven. Brother Bridges, Sister Peoples, you all acting as a light. You all are acting as a light. And believe it or not, it's shining. It's shining. People can see the light. The light is shining. See, Sister Peoples and Brother Bridges, what you all have done, you all have turned the light on. If you go in a infested house where there are roaches, all while the light is off, they're about their business, doing their thing. But as soon as you turn the light on, they scatter. They run, looking for cover. And that's what y'all have done here. You turn the light on, and this infested community, this infested county, this infested city, and the roaches now, they scattering. They are wondering, what's next, what's next? As I told Miss Peoples a little while ago, I will be in here with her until the Mississippi River dry up, because she needs what every other mother needs. She needs to be made whole. The young man needs what every other young man needs, and that's justice.
Amen.
And you know what? Without justice, ain't gonna be no peace.
Amen.
It should be people, and people are, believe me, people are gathering. They're gathering because this is very disturbing. And they are gathering, and they're going to be with Miss Peoples. We cannot have a prosecutor or a judge overlook righteousness and justice for people, because if it was theirs, they would make sure that justice and righteousness would be done for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can understand the prosecutor now knowing that this man had intentions of coming in to rape this little boy in his own bed, in his own house, turning his light on off in his room. He wasn't gonna play no video games at 3 in the morning. And it's alleged that the transvestite that he took
You was muted. Lee, you was muted.
I think
That's
Mr.
all right.
Tucson.
We'll get him
Yeah.
back. We'll definitely get him back. He been muted by mistake. But as Lee was telling us the information and the history, we have to do something.
We do.
Here he comes. He coming back on. You was muted. Go ahead and finish up.
He's still.
I'm talking about. I was disturbed. But listen. It's alleged now, and I think it's. If I'm not mistaken, that's why I'm saying alleged. But I'm sure it's in the report. His transvestite friend that he found in Detroit through the computer. He found him on the computer. Brought him into his house because the person was homeless and very dependent. So this lawyer brought him on in his house to use him at his leisure, anytime he got ready. But it's alleged on this particular night, the attorney says, no, not tonight. I don't want to be bothered with you. And that same night, he took off, went down the driveway, and went in Miss Peoples' house and took out on her son what he wanted to do to the transvestite. And it's alleged that the transvestite testified that his pants was torn when he got back in the house. And you mean to tell me, with all of this, that the prosecutor does not want to bring extra charges, and saying that they fear of losing the case because they don't have no witness. And now you got a young man that's upset because he wants to testify and he's being denied to testify.
And that should make the average citizen, resident on any spectrum of Washtenaw County pissed off. That should make you want to pick up that telephone and call the prosecuting attorney's office and ask him what the hell is going on. And also Dana Nessel, because Dana Nessel should be filing charges against the prosecutor for dereliction of his duty. Y'all voters, don't y'all see what's going on? What do we got to do? I mean, I think I have been convinced enough. I've heard enough. This right here, unbelievable.
Very unbelievable.
TMZ. I want to mention TMZ. TMZ. Now, y'all did an interview with the prosecuting attorney office. Y'all did an interview with Ellie Savage about the little six-year-old boy being shot. And here we got a lawyer predator that ain't
with 4 prior convictions.
And I don't see TMZ saying a mumble word. You news stations should be ashamed of yourself. MLive. I know somebody got wind to this. And what it sounds like, the good old boys covering up for the good old boys.
Yeah.
See, what you need to stop doing is passing down the legacy of them names of judges. Your cousins, your brothers, and your uncles get the doggone baton, and they become judges, and they do the skullduggery all over again. And I know for a fact, the same judge, there's plenty of more information out there. And if I was to bring some information out there about my case, but it's been years ago, y'all be like, this man been doing this stuff a long time. I got the transcripts. And when you read the transcripts of this judge won't even order child support. He won't. He won't even order child support for this woman. And nowadays you're getting people who owe child support or don't pay child support. You either getting arrested and your driver's license is getting messed up. They're taking your driver's license if you don't pay child support. But this man don't pay child support, and the judge says in the transcripts, I know he don't pay child support. Washtenaw County residents, what type of shit is this? What type of shit is this? And they crucify the average African-American male for not having the ability to pay child support.
Yep.
I'm tripping. And God forgive me if we sound like we're talking about someone's father. At the same time, I got more to reveal to you if you want to, public. Because the father was not commenting in my inbox about his son, or about let's get together and go find this doggone attorney who did this to my boy. In essence, let's go whoop his ass. He ain't say that. I got his comments. And if you guys read his father's comments, you'll be appalled. You'll be sick. And then you ask the same damn question. Why is the Washtenaw County judge ordering her kids to go live out of the country when one of them for sure has to come back and testify about a monster that attacked him in his own bedroom? Come on, y'all. What's wrong with this picture? And I also forgot to mention Commissioner Justin Hodge. You've been on the show quite a few times. And to be bluntly, all lawyers that's running and don't want to have no communication about this shit, if this was your child, your blood pressure be shooting through the damn sky. Because I'm going to tell you my shit up there. This ain't even my boy.
But it is.
But you got people thinking he ain't my boy. He my boy now.
Absolutely.
He I thought you knew son now.
Absolutely.
And Ellie, after the day, excuse my French, young man, but we talking about a serious situation. Attorney General Dana Nessel, I sent a request to interview with you. And I know you're interviewing on a show local near me. I don't think these damn near 2,000 viewers want to hear you snub me right about right now. That's a no-no. We're going to be on Ellie Savage head until he order your son back here to testify against this predator. This predator needs to be brought up on charges. Somebody needs to be filing an attorney ethics complaint against this man. His law license need to be taken. And for all you men out there talking about, you out here talking about doing this and doing that in your community, you ain't doing jack shit. You ain't doing jack shit. We talking about a predator coming in somebody's house, attacking a child in his own bedroom, and you out here quiet. God don't want no cowards.
No, he don't like cowards.
He don't like no cowards. Whether you be Muslim or whether you be pretending Muslim, you know good and well that's against the Muslim code of predator. So that's the hit word to you brothers out there demonstrating. You know good and well that's foul. And you know that's good and well that's against the Muslim code. So y'all check yourself and watch who y'all riding with, because if y'all riding with this prosecutor and the doggone sheriff department got a lot of skullduggery going around, everybody doing a lot of fuckery over there too. We got to clean this system up. When we got rid of Brian Mackey, we might have got rid of a bad prosecutor. But what we done, and I didn't vote for this prosecutor in office, Ellie. What y'all done a grave injustice to this family, because you got these victim right advocates out here trying to convince people to go light on the suspect. Type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? And you got brothers that coming off these streets serving years in a penitentiary because they had a drug habit. My brother got 20 years because he got a drug habit. And you got predator lawyers running around here, breaking in people's houses, and ain't being charged with CSC.
And he has a drug habit.
And to be frank about it, for any black man or white man on that CSC registry, y'all should come out and protest against this bullshit and bring him on home on that registry. Because if he not on the registry, why should you be on the registry? There's laws for two different type people. People our color.
People our class.
And people got class that don't look like me. And if you got a few more dollars in the bank, you can get off. So I'm asking y'all, and I'm done. I'm so done with this shit right here. This shit right here. If my mama was living today, we would get pitchforks, bats, and everything and go find this motherfucker and make him an example. Then the prosecuting attorney, we want tic-tac, we want bonds, we want PR bonds after we whoop his ass. That's what we would have done. Because this not real. This not real. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't. This child said he was attacked in his own bedroom. And if anybody in the school systems of Washtenaw County, Ypsi public school system, Ann Arbor public school system, y'all ass need y'all head checked too. Because this baby is crying out for help. His mama's crying out for help. And you don't hear nothing but crickets from all these advocate groups and all these people in the school districts and people who really want to do something. Y'all some fucking cowards. Look at the story. I don't get it. Our children should not be attacked by predators with money or without money. This is beyond crazy. And if y'all don't know how to pick up the phone and call Ellie Savage ass and give him a piece of y'all mind, if you voted for him and if you're having fucking voter remorse, give him a piece of your fucking mind. Don't get mad at the messenger, because I don't give a damn. If it was one of your child, I would be wanting to whoop his ass over yours. This is ridiculous.
Yes, bro, Bridges. It's completely off the hook. You know, I sit and I think, and I like to bring things real close home. I'm wondering if the prosecutor's mama, I'm wondering if his mama had been attacked in any fashion, and the witness was out of the country, out of the state, or wherever the witness might be, I'm wondering, would he want justice for his mama? I'm just wondering that. And that's getting the closest thing to you, your mama. He would want something done if his mama was in the same situation. But you know what I look, but you always hear that thing says, "La cage you fall, birds of feather flock together."
Mm.
My growing up a little boy, and I can always go back to the old days. We were on a wagon at an old country store with my grandfather. And there was a man, a man named Mr. Silvers and Mr. Johnson. They sitting on little Coca-Cola crates. And my grandpa said, he said, "Hey boys, y'all see them two fellas right there?" I said, "Yeah, Pa." They never will go against one another. And of course, we're curious. We ask, why? He's got, they both drunks. He said, drunks are going to protect other drunks. No, he don't drink. Oh, yeah, he take a little bit, but he don't drink. Drunks are going to protect other drunks. Birds of a feather flock together. Then I got to bring it closer home. Predators stick together. Predators stick together. I don't care if it's a judge that's a predator, not indicating. It was a prosecutor, that's a predator, not indicating. But predators sticks together. And all you got to do is kind of peel the cover back. Just let your mind run there for a minute. Pull the cover back, and then you can ask a question. How many predators are involved here? You can ask that question. And there's nothing wrong with asking that question, because old wisdom plays a lot with me and a lot of other people. Birds of a feather flock together. Two drunks will never testify against each other. Predators going to protect one another. And this is why I say to the priest community, Washington County community, surrounding areas, if you don't come to the aid of Miss Peoples and her son, you are just as guilty as the predator. You are just as guilty as a predator. It's no use sitting up in church on Sunday morning, hollering hallelujah, praise the Lord, thank you for everything, and not coming to the aid of Miss Peoples. You are your brother's keeper. I hope the preacher then told his congregation that. I hope the preacher has told his congregation, you are your brother's keeper. When your brother hurt, you hurt. You are the law. You are the law. The people speaks. When the people speak, things happen. When people with so-called power speaks, things happen. Even cover-ups. As I told you before, like Emmett Till, the folks spoke, and guess what happened? They're not guilty. They weren't guilty. The people spoke. But watch this. The lady that accusing before she died, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. The controller of civil rights pushed in the golden rights that supersede the civil rights and made her say, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. LA, the time is nigh. Many take care of you far soon. You don't need to be tried in the balances and come up wanting. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be like that. Okay. Man, I can. I'm just as upset as you are, and maybe it's good that I'm not. If you want to consider it foul mouth, because hey, don't get me wrong. It's in all of us. It's in all of us, and we could get low down, dirty, nasty foul.
It's amazing, man.
I understand exactly how you feel. And I feel that same way, man. I feel that same way. With 22 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren, man, my heart goes out to this lady because that could be one of mine. And it might, it might work out a little different if it was mine. But I'm not telling nobody to act like I would probably act. So I just leave that one alone. But I want justice for a little young man. He don't have to go around and wonder if I had been raped, if I had let him went through with it, would they have handled it any different?
Hell no.
No difference. They wouldn't have handled it no difference.
And we literally want to put a robo repeat call on that damn prosecutor's office.
You want that number?
And I'm pretty sure that if give them the number right quick.
It's 734-222-6620. That's 734-222-6620. That's the number for Ellie Savitt's office. Call, tell them what you think about this here case.
Y'all, this man should be recharged. He should be recharged ASAP. And kudos to the Ypsilanti Police Department, Detective Bureau, and the arresting officers who did their job. Job.
Yes. Solid police work. Excellent police work.
And we not gonna be quiet on this situation because Monday, phone call Rama. That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
And we hope somebody from their office be rude. Absolutely. Because every time I call, it will be recorded. And I'm gonna come back to the show and I'm gonna let the public know the type of reply that we've gotten. And once again, for y'all cowards, for y'all coward men, one more time, for real. If you have any gut in your body, any stamina in your body, just think one quick second. If this was your 14-year-old boy, and I know a lot of y'all saying, oh, it wouldn't be mine. It wouldn't be, this is a woman. But I'm talking to y'all coward men, y'all men who are afraid to say anything, whether you're a politician, a lawyer, an average citizen, a thug, whatever the hell you want to call yourself. If this was your 14-year-old child, how would you feel right now?
Yeah.
And your child was sent away. And your child can't testify?
And the predator walks away. He's not even charged. He walks away from the assault. Wrap your head around that. Imagine a Black man with 4 prior convictions breaks into a house 3 a.m., assaults a child with intent to penetrate, and that man walks away. No charge. No charge. Complimentary on behalf of the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office. That's never going to happen.
No,
this is about wealth and privilege, and I'm sorry to say it. I suspect it is in part about race, because I can't imagine I grew up in this county. I can't imagine a Black man walking away from these charges.
I'm a Bayer Hospital baby.
No charges.
All these years I've been in this county, and I thought people used to joke about our county called Washaway County. It is. It's Washaway County.
Yes.
It's Washaway County.
Yeah.
And we ain't talking about no injustices of a Black person. We're talking about right now this white woman.
It doesn't, I mean, we're all one community, you know?
I'm just saying.
Except when we come down to these issues with power.
Yeah, they all always have an echo of something. Somebody always want to say some sidetrack stuff, but I just wanted to clear the air.
Yeah.
I'm talking about male on male. How about that? How about take the words like that? That's not good, because we have had a history of males on male attacks, sexual assaults in Ypsilanti, Eastern Michigan University. Look how many assaults on Eastern's campus, including males.
Oh, Bridges, Bridges. I called Debbie Dingle. I called Debbie Dingle on behalf of the NAACP to come down to be with us to discuss the situation at Eastern Michigan University. Debbie Dingle has not called us back yet. I saw her down at an event at Perry School, and I questioned her about it. Oh, yes, I'm going to call you. She has not called yet. I told Debbie Dingle, go to the Ypsilanti Police Department and talk to the head detective about this situation. She has not called that detective yet. It's a lot of covering up in Washtenaw County. It's a whole lot of covering up. You got the Mac Williams case in Ypsilanti. Nobody has called Jerry Clayton out concerning that situation.
Democrats at all.
It's alleged that he raped. It's alleged that the sheriff knew he was a rapist. They did not even go and talk to the suspect. It's a lot of things. And I look at Eastern Michigan, University of Michigan president, they are ousting him because he allegedly had sex with one of his subordinates. And that's a policy that he violated. We have policies like that in police departments. We have a situation right now. An administrator is guilty of the same thing, but everybody turn their back to it and holler, you can't help who you love. Matt, right is right and wrong is wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's why I do not, if a person is a sheriff, I will address him as a sheriff. I will give him that title. But you got to prove to me that you are a sheriff. Other than that, I just call you by your name. If you're a police chief in my city, I will call you chief. I call Jaguski chief. But it looks like I'm going to have to start calling him by his name. because everybody deserves to be treated fairly, respected, and given the proper that they need in my city to do their job as a police officer. Morale and police departments is at a all-time low. And watch this now. It's not because policemen are mad at policemen. It's not that. Administration causes the morale to dip to the bottom. And you know why? Because they got picks in the officers. They let this officer get away, but this officer over here, I got the rope ready for you.
And we definitely got to address that. And we got to address
It's going to be addressed. It's going to be addressed.
It
will be addressed.
I
will not sit quiet on it.
Yeah.
I will not sit quiet on it. Stripes, Ty, I know for a fact, stripes are earned. You don't just give somebody a stripe because they pass a devilish test. Stripes are earned. Something specifically should be done to make you deserve that stripe. You don't get a Medal of Honor by just taking a test. You're going to be done something. And police departments, stripes are given because what? Picks. And in most police departments, believe what I'm telling you, they'll get hired, but they're not getting hired for the community. They're getting hired for administration.
Right.
They pleases administration. And you know what? Ypsilanti Police Department, with this People's case, Miss People's case, has worked diligently, has done a great job in that detective bureau. Without any question, a superb job. That detective was born to be a cop. Takes the job at heart. But I don't know if that detective is getting their props or not. I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to find out because I'm going to ask. We do not need to lose people of that detective's caliber.
No.
Best detective that Ypsilanti Police Department has ever had, has solved more cases than Carter got liver pills.
Hands down.
And this case here, the way it's going, if these people in the YPD that's working on this, if they wasn't real police officers, they quit. But the realness that's in them gives them the urge to keep on fighting for justice.
And we gonna get it. We are gonna get it as sure as you born. Look here, y'all. We gonna cut this interview short. We ran a little fella off. Thank you, young man, for coming on our show. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate you telling the public that you do want to testify. We hear you, and we gonna make some noise. Miss Ann, thank you for allowing us thank you for sharing your story with us and under unfortunate circumstances. And we are with you. You definitely let your son know that he our baby too. That's our baby.
Well,
so we want to know his progress. We want to know if he came back. We want to know if you got contact. We want to know anything that we can find out. All right?
I'll do that. I will.
I appreciate it. And thank you once again for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Peace.